A very good day to you. I'm Hank Gross, MidHudsonNews.com. It's Monday, October 30th. The news today brought to you by the Galleria at Crystal Run. The 2023-24 Home Energy Assistance Program begins shortly. The regular component offering a one-time payment to help buy fuel and heat a home begins on November 1st. The state has received $360 million in federal funds for the low-income HEAP program. The state is awarding the enlarged city school district of Middletown a $4 million grant to install ground source and air source heat pumps in the Twin Towers Middle School. School Superintendent Amy Creedon says the systems will provide green energy, but also be a learning tool for students.
There's also these additional opportunities that will be generated by that work. And so what we hope to do is, as we're moving through the completion, to create laboratory opportunities for our young people to integrate that clean, green energy heating and cooling system into our STEM curriculum.
Creedon says the entire Twin Towers reimagining construction is a 4-year project. 11 members of the Sullivan County community have become QPR gatekeeper trainees as part of Sullivan 180's program to prevent suicides. Sullivan 180 is a nonprofit organization with a mission to improve health and well-being of county residents. QPR stands for Question, Persuade, and Refer, says Amanda Langsetter, managing director of Sullivan 180.
It is an evidence-based suicide prevention program. It really is an intervention to bring right out to the community, to lay people, to firefighters, to school teachers, nurses, our volunteers, our community health champions, anyone who really wants to be able to appropriately respond when they are interacting with somebody who's having suicidal inclinations.
QPR Master Training Instructor Jill Holland says training will help identify early intervention that can save lives. The Newburgh School District may have violated a key rule of executive session confidentiality by publicly disclosing the vote tally and the school board's efforts to remove a teacher. Richard Desiderio has been brought up on more than a dozen charges discussed and voted on by school board members during an executive session, yet the votes by each board member were made public in an attachment to a resolution with the individual handwritten notes. School Board Attorney David Shaw disputed the claim of breached confidentiality. He says those charges were revealed to the media by Desiderio, and since the issue would have been maintaining his privacy rights, that no longer is an issue. More news right after this.
Find over 100 retailers allowing you to spend hours shopping safely at the Galleria at Crystal Run. Enjoy the big brands and the diverse selection of family-owned stores all in one location. The Galleria at Crystal Run offers dining options for everyone with Fuji 110 Grill, Allen's Mediterranean Grill, and Peru Cuisine. Discover the Mid-Hudson Valley's premier shopping, dining, and entertainment destination, the Galleria at Crystal Run. For more information, follow us on Instagram, Facebook, or visit GalleriaCrystalRun.com.
62 suggested names have been proposed by Kingston residents for the green space at Broadway and Prince Street, and Mayor Stephen Noble wants them to vote for the finalist. The City Recreation Commission has narrowed down the 62 suggestions to 10, and the public is now invited to vote for the final name. The suggested names include Broadway Community Park, Central Square, Crossroads Park, Harmony Square, Midtown Square, Post Office Corners, Post Office Park, Postal Park, Postal Square, and Prince Park. Mayor Noble says when they tore down the long vacant and abandoned fast food restaurant there, he envisioned the area to return to public use. Once the landscaping is complete, the home is for green space will be a pleasant space to gather, he said. The green space on either side of Prince Street at Broadway was created when the city bought an abandoned fast food restaurant and realigned the intersection. The Hudson Valley region's private sector job count in September reached over 805,000, the highest September employment count since 2019, the state labor department says. Jobs rose by 9,600, or 1.2% in September of this year. Job gains were the largest in private education and health services, leisure and hospitality. Losses focused on professional and business services, trade, transportation and utilities, construction and manufacturing. Ulster County had a 1.5% growth rate in jobs. 2 teenagers have been arrested in connection with an abandoned truck that struck an Amtrak passenger train in Hyde Park in early October. Police Chief Robert Benson says the train was carrying 196 passengers at the time. Police responded to the October 9th train accident at minutes before 11 p.m. in the area of 33 River Point Road. The initial call to 911 reported a car versus train accident. Responding officers found a pickup truck on the tracks with front-end damage sustained when it was struck by the train. Police learned the truck had been stolen earlier in the evening from the Hyde Park Marina and abandoned on the tracks. Following a lengthy investigation, 2 17-year-olds were arrested and charged with reckless endangerment and criminal mischief. An unspecified threat resulted in a heavy police presence and evacuation of the Poughkeepsie Galleria Sunday afternoon. Poughkeepsie police said at about 3 p.m. there was no threat to the public. The mall had been evacuated out of precaution, police said. The public was asked Sunday afternoon to avoid the area as the investigation continued. Village police in Ellenville are investigating a series of larcenies involving catalytic converters that occurred in the early morning hours of Saturday, October 21st. The suspects targeted Honda CR-Vs. I'm Hank Gross, MidHudsonNews.com. The news today brought to you by the Galleria at Crystal Run.